I'm Janelle Stelton-Holtmeyer, Associate Editor of Modern Distribution Management. Today, I'm talking with Rick DeLisi. Rick is the Senior Director of Advisory Services for CEB's Sales and Service Practice and co-author of The Effortless Experience, Conquering the New Battleground for Customer Loyalty. At CEB, he serves as a facilitator, speaker, and tour guide, taking the research that the company does, turning it into interactive, real-life experiences for people. Hi, Rick. How are you today?
Hey, very well. Thanks. Great to talk to you.
So, the Effortless Experience, what's it about?
It's about customer loyalty, and it's about the misperception that so many companies have had based on the conventional wisdom that when some customer has some sort of a problem or an issue, customer's in trouble, needs to contact the company, call back, or go on the website to solve some problem or issue, the conventional wisdom's always been, we need to somehow try to find a way to make that customer more loyal as a result, to create some sort of dazzling experience, a strategy of delight, to create an above and beyond experience for that customer, to make them more loyal. While that sounds like an admirable goal, the strategy of delight simply does not work, and there's actually a completely different strategy that works way better.
What kind of strategy works better?
What we've discovered is that when a customer has some sort of a problem or an issue that needs to be solved, they're not looking for some dazzling, delightful experience. What they're looking for is for the problem to go away in the fastest, easiest way possible. And so instead of trying to find some way to make this customer more loyal, what we've learned is companies really need to think about trying to prevent that customer who has a problem or an issue from becoming disloyal. Instead of playing offense and creating greater loyalty, the much more strategic impact comes when companies play defense and try to prevent customers from becoming disloyal. And the way to prevent disloyalty is to create the easiest possible resolution to their problem, literally to create an effortless experience.
Okay. So, is there a difference between customer service expectations for business-to-business relationships, as our audience has, as compared to the business-consumer relationship?
There's a lot of similarities in B2B and B2C relationships, but there's also two fundamental differences. One is, in a business-to-business relationship, the likelihood and frequency of contact is much greater. Typically, the frontline folks from the customer side may be speaking to the frontline folks from the customer service of the supplier company side very frequently, maybe even daily, maybe many times a day. So it sort of exacerbates the value of the overall effort of the service. And one thing that we've learned is that while end users are sort of seen at the bottom of the scale and decision makers or executives at a purchasing company or at the customer company are seen at the higher end of the scale, what we've learned is that the decision about whether or not to continue to do business with any given company is typically driven far more by what's been experienced at the front lines than we would have ever imagined before. So when end users, the people from the customer company, are calling the supplying company, those interactions, how they feel, the degree of professionalism, and more importantly, the degree of effort, has a significant impact on repurchase and overall loyalty.
We've heard that some of the lines are blurring with the expectations between business-to-business relationships with the business-to-consumer relationships that we have in everyday life. Has any of your research pointed to this kind of thing?
Yeah, very much so. All the lines are blurring between different business models, between different industries. And what we've said is, no matter who the person is who's talking to your customer service people right now, that individual person is also the customer of dozens or hundreds of other companies. And so it's all well and good to want to benchmark your own degree of service against your direct competitors in your industry. And there's nothing wrong with that. You really have to understand the expectations of that person who's calling you based on the totality of all of their experiences with every company they do business with. So we say the average customer has already experienced great service from A to Z, from Amazon to Zappos, and so the expectation of that customer is set by the best and worst customer experiences they've had across all industries, not just with your company or your competitors in your industry.